Okay, let me try to notify everyone that I'm already online. I'm already live.
Sometimes I feel like
Okay, so yes, this you're watching now live stream Sundays, and I'll be talking about blogging because if you have noticed, I have my blog. I blog for skiptheflip.com and also cebufinest.com, and I've been doing that for more than 10 years now. So I think it's time for me to share with you some tips on how to start your blog, probably if you wanted to pursue and also go into blogging. If you wanted to start a blog, probably the first thing that you need to consider is finding your niche or niche, if you call that. It's the topic that you want to talk about on your blog. On finding a niche, there are a lot of things that you can choose. There are travel, photography. You can also do fashion, health and fitness, technology. The most common is probably personal because it's an open niche wherein you can talk about just everything. There's also food and business. Now, with my blog, with my Skip the Flip blog, it's more on the personal because there's no specific niche that I talk on my blog or I discuss on my blog. But if you can visit my blog, I'm blogging more on, let's say, blogging tips and product reviews. And also, I discuss as well my experiences on travel. Okay, but with my other blog, cebufinest.com, it's more on events and entertainment, wherein I cover social events here in Cebu and attend events and cover them and write about them on my website. Okay, I'm still trying to familiarize everything because again, it's my first time to have this live stream session. By the way, this LSS, I call this LSS, Live Stream Sundays. It's a partnership with ASOS Philippines, and I'm using right now the ASOS Zenfone Live. It's a smartphone ideal for live streaming on social media. So you can use this on Facebook, also on Instagram, and probably connect this on your YouTube channel. Okay, now when you decided to choose a niche, let's say you decided to go on food because again, you love food. It's more on your favorite, the niche that you're going to decide to write about. It's likely the things that you love, and you write about them and you share them to your audience. So as myself with Cebu Finest, initially I considered travel as the niche for cebufinest.com. Unfortunately, I find it very expensive and time consuming because again, well, I have friends who also blog on travel, and I think most of the time they are hi CJ, good evening. Asa nakakaron. By the way, yeah, as I've mentioned about travel, one of my blogger friends is here. He's blogging for Four-Eyed Lagan. Alright. Now, when you decided to have your niche for your blog, the second thing that you need to consider is probably look for a platform wherein you can write your blog. Some examples are WordPress. So you can use WordPress to blog. There's a free version of the WordPress. You can go to wordpress.com. You need to sign up and register. And then once you already registered your account, you can now start blogging. It's very user friendly. You don't need to have a scripting background when you wanted to blog on wordpress.com. Aside from WordPress, you can also choose Blogger or blogspot.com, and also there are other platforms that you can choose like Tumblr, and also a self-hosted WordPress wherein you need to have a hosting provider. You need to avail a hosting provider and then avail their web hosting service, and you need to buy a domain name for your blog. You can go to wordpress.org and check more about that. Somehow wordpress.org is kinda technical because you need to install an application on your web hosting to start blogging. Okay, now once you have your niche ready for your blog and probably decided what platform to use for your blog, you can also consider your social media, wherein you can connect your blog to a platform to share your blog posts. So I think you are all familiar what are the social media networks available now. One of the examples is Facebook. We also have Twitter and Instagram for pictures, and other social media sharing platform wherein you can expand your audience online. Okay, I'm wondering if anyone from my viewers right now are blogging, because yeah, as I've mentioned, I've been blogging for more than 10 years, and I am blogging for two websites, two blogs. If you can also check my blogs, those are skiptheflip.com. That's my personal blog. I write about blogging tips and also product reviews and some experience on travel. I also work with my other blog, my events and entertainment blog in Cebu. That's cebufinest.com, where I cover social events here and entertainment, and I write about those events on my blog. Okay, by the way, if you have questions, you can comment your questions while I discuss on blogging. It's only basic, guys, because if we go beyond basic, probably 1 hour is not enough for me to discuss everything. Earlier we discussed about choosing your niche. There are lots of niche to choose from, so make sure that the niche you choose is something that you are familiar or you like to write about. So I have friends who write about technology, who are into gadgets or gaming, and also I have friends who love traveling. So since they have opportunities to travel, they blog about their experience and do travel blog. So as for myself, skiptheflip.com is more on personal and some product reviews and also a little bit of travel. And my cebufinest.com blog, it's more on social events here in Cebu. So I've been doing Cebu Finest for 5 years already. To be honest, I started Cebu Finest in year 2009, but it was shut down because I don't have the opportunity to update the blog. So I shut it down after a year, and then I relaunched it in 2012 until now. So if you can count that, it's like more than 5 years now that I have been blogging for cebufinest.com, and I started my skiptheflip.com last year. Okay, so after you choose the niche and the platform for your blog, and also we discussed earlier about social media sharing. Of course, like now we had Facebook or Twitter or Instagram. The next thing that you need to consider on your blogging is probably think about the schedule where you wanted to or when you wanted to share your blog posts. So usually on Skip the Flip, I publish a post once a week because again I concentrate more on my other blog, cebufinest.com, and usually I publish there 2 or 3 times a week, or it depends on how many events I have attended here in Cebu, and then write about them on my blog. If you would ask like what is the specific date or time that is good for sharing, it really depends on your audience. Like myself, I don't have too much audience internationally on my personal blog, skiptheflip.com. So I usually share blog posts at night, probably after work, or let's say first thing in the morning, because I think according to my statistics, my visits usually come in first thing in the morning, and then before before 8 p.m. or it depends really. But on cebufinest.com, I randomly share or post on social media because it has been a while that I've been blogging for cebufinest.com, and I already have, let's say, a huge following on Cebu Finest. So I don't really I don't have a specific time wherein I share my blog posts, publish the blog post, share it on social media. So usually I have an interval. So let's say if I have a blog post at 7 in the morning, and then I reshare it after I publish, and then I have an interval of 3 to 4 hours. So that is my approach and my strategy in publishing and resharing my blog posts on social media. So after publishing or after sharing, the next resharing on Facebook, Twitter, and other platforms that I use will be 3 to 4 hours apart. So it really depends on your audience, how often they visit your website. But for me, the measurement of 3 to 4 hours is kind of working. So I really don't know if other bloggers follow the same. But yes, for me, it's more likely 3 to 4 hours in between. Okay, so we already have a niche to start a blog, and also the platform for your blog, and then social media, and then posting schedules. The other thing that you need to consider is knowing your audience. When I say knowing your audience, it's more likely the gender and the age level of your audience. So if you have a Facebook page, you can check that on your Facebook page settings on Insights, wherein your page will provide you a report on the variety of followers or audience you have on your social media. So usually it will give you the age bracket and the gender of your audience. So it really depends. In my case, since I feature on events and entertainment, it's not very gender sensitive. So it really doesn't matter for me if I have a female or male audience. So let's say if you are a fashion blogger and you more likely present fashion for female, so probably you can expect that your audience is more on the female gender. So in my case, for my cebufinest.com, since it's more on entertainment and events, so my audience vary in terms of gender and in terms of age bracket. But most likely, I have 18 years old to around 30 to 40 years old audience, because with the variety of events here in Cebu. So yeah, but in terms of gender, I cannot really identify what type of audience I have. If they are female or male audience. So it really depends on the niche that you write about on your blog. So let's say if you consider automotive as your niche for your blogging, so I don't know, but we can assume your audience is more likely on the male gender. It is also very important for you to know the age bracket of your audience, because sometimes we need to consider the level of understanding on the words you use on your blog, because most of the time other bloggers would tend to use heavy words to make it very attractive for readers. But sometimes we forgot that if you haven't checked your audience, your age bracket is, let's say, 11 to 15 years old, because your niche is more on gaming, let's say, or mobile gaming. So knowing your age bracket on your audience is also important, because you need to adjust your writing or creative writing technique or style, the words you use, because again they are words that we use that sometimes other people would need a dictionary or Google it online just to know what's the meaning of the word. To avoid those challenges, probably it's better that you also consider the age bracket of your audience, so that you can adjust or probably go to their level, because again, they are your audience. For example, there are some words that are very commonly used on blogs because they sound nice, but they are difficult to understand. But I'm not sure if you are familiar with these words. If let's say I wrote a blog post and then there's a word that says superfluous, superfluous. So it sounds very nice, but I don't know if your audience would understand it right away. Probably they need to go to Google and interpret and look for definition for that word superfluous. Other words that sound nice, but again, personally, I'm not sure what's the meaning, or probably my vocabulary is not wide because I do not use these words. Atrocious, atrocious. So those are words that very attractive to hear, but we are not sure if our audience can understand right away. Thus, they need to go to Google and search for definition. And the last word that I can give you, which I usually use on my, because during college I'm a literary editor, so I write poems and essay. So it's very common to use the word poignant. But if you hear the word, it's poignant, but it spells Poignant. Okay, spelling bee na ta, Julian. Yeah, what I'm talking about is we need to consider age brackets on the audience, because again, there are other bloggers who wanted to attract readers in the by the words they use on their blog posts, but we forgot to consider the age bracket and the knowledge understanding of our audience. So probably we need to check your statistics on the age bracket of your readers on your blog. So hi everyone. For those who just logged in and watch my live stream session, good evening, welcome. This is Philip. This is my first ever live stream Sundays. It's a live stream session every Sunday. I usually go online on Sundays from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. and I discuss about blogging and some random stuff. I don't know. It depends. Probably soon on next Sunday, you would recommend a topic that I can discuss. Let's go to just blogging in general because again, that's the thing that I do. It's my passion. Blogging is my passion. And I've been doing that more than 10 years now, more than a decade. By the way, Martin, if you have questions about blogging, since I don't know if you wanted to pursue blogging aside from video editing, comment your questions here. I can probably answer that now. Welcome, this is Philip. I'm live now for skiptheflip.com. This is a live stream session. I call this Live Stream Sundays in partnership with ASOS Philippines because now I am using their smartphone, the ASOS Zenfone Live, wherein you can live stream on social media like Facebook, Instagram, or probably on Twitter. And also you can connect this smartphone to live stream on YouTube. What's good about this smartphone, it has a beautification settings wherein you can adjust real time, not unlike other smartphones. So as you can see, medyo hayag-hayag akong naong. By the way, I have a backup light here. So sa katong na ay mga YouTube vloggers, so I'm using this Godox LED light. But if I'll turn this off, okay, oops, sorry. If I'll turn that off, so medyo hayag-hayag yapon ta compared to other smartphones because this ASUS Zenfone Live has a beautification setting wherein I can turn off and on my LED flash while I am online or live streaming on social media. Okay, if you have questions about blogging, I can answer some questions. So whoever you are live right now who wanted to pursue the passion of blogging, please do ask questions. And also those who are just logged in to watch this live stream, good evening wherever you are, good morning, good afternoon, I don't know. I shared this on my personal Facebook account, so probably I have audience now outside Philippines, I'm not sure. So yeah, when you wanted to start a blog, so let's try to, let's say, probably review what I have discussed. I'm very sorry guys, when I am live streaming here, I have my Codigo here for my discussion because this is my first ever live stream Sundays. Okay, before I answer your question, Martin, let's try first to review what I have discussed on how to start your blog. So first, when you wanted to start a blog, you need to look for a niche or a topic that you wanted to write about. So there are different types of niche available. Let's say travel, photography. We also have fashion, automobile, technology, food, business, movies, news and events, and then arts and entertainment. So after looking for a niche, you look for a platform wherein you can post your blogs. So example is WordPress, Blogspot, or probably you can use Tumblr. So aside from those two, you also need to consider social media posting. So since we're live now on Facebook, so probably you can consider Facebook to share your blog posts so that you can extend your audience and gain potential readers for your blog. You have Twitter. If you love taking pictures, you can incorporate your blog post on a picture and post it on Instagram. One of the most commonly used application to share on social media. Next is also considering the schedule for your blog posts or sharing. So again, as I have discussed earlier, it really depends on the audience you have. In my case, for skiptheflip.com, I don't have an international audience as wide as my other blog, cebufinance.com. So I assume from what I have learned on my statistics, so it's more likely I share or reshare my blog posts on social media first thing in the morning and probably after work, so around 7, 8, or 9 p.m. because that's the time that I have readers online for my blog. But in the case of cebufinance.com, since I've been doing that for almost like more than 5 years now, and on my statistics, I have international viewership, so my sharing depends on like on a pattern. So for example, I share in 8 o'clock, I share on in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning. So my next repost will be 3 to 4 hours after. So it really depends on the readers of your blog. The last one would be is knowing the audience. So probably you would consider the gender and the age bracket of your readers, because again earlier when I discussed, it's better that you write on their level of understanding. Do not use heavy words if your audience is like younger, or well, I cannot really judge because younger people now have wider vocabulary. But yeah, it really depends on the audience. We need to target our writing technique on our audience so that it's easier for them to understand on the information that we convey on our blogs, or the information we provide on our blogs. Okay, now going back to Martin's question, how to make it very interesting. Since we all know that there are a lot of bloggers already, let's say you would like to consider, or when I check your videos, by the way guys, Martin is a YouTuber and videographer. He covers travel. So probably if he wanted to consider travel as his niche for his blog, how to make it interesting, probably go to places that other people haven't been to. In Cebu, from what I've discussed yesterday on my workshop, it's making it interesting in terms of telling the story on the other side of things. So you can check other blogs, let's say, or can you suggest, Martin, if you're still online or watching, a specific travel topic that you wanted to write? Because yeah, since you are vlogging about travel. Okay, Martin, can you please specify the niche you wanted to write about on your future blog? Is it travel? I'm not sure. Is it travel? Is it events? Alright, now Martin says he has an example. Yeah, I've seen his vlog when he and his family went to Sydney, Australia. So I haven't been to Australia. I haven't been outside the country. So it can be interesting for me to read more about Australia on your blog. But to make it interesting, probably, let's say, write something that is the opposite of other bloggers' story. I'm not sure. Probably you'll talk about uncommon things in Australia that probably you would consider interesting for your readers, because I believe Australia is famous also for their seafood, I guess, because I've watched their some of documentaries about Australia on YouTube, and they also very proud on their seafood. So probably talk about the different kinds of seafood that they have there that we cannot find here in the Philippines. So that's one of those things that you can consider writing about. When we talk about Australia and then events, what's the common or what's their festivals there? I don't know. I'm not sure. Probably you can talk about their festival there or how they celebrate Christmas, because yeah, on your vlog, you've been there in Australia during Christmas, so probably you can tell a story on how different it is to celebrate Christmas in Australia compared here in the Philippines. So when you try to feature a story on your blog to make it very interesting, share your experience, and then also invite your readers to also like experience the same. Well, not requiring them to go to Australia, but probably telling a story wherein you wanted to go deeper on a story where you, things that you can find in Australia that you can find here in the Philippines. I'm not sure. It really depends on, well, it really depends on your audience, because let's say if you had friends that read blogs but they are not into foreign traveling, they just wanted to discover more in the Philippines. So it really depends. But to make it more interesting, so if bloggers write at the front, you write the backstory. That's my tip. To make it more interesting, to make it more different. Okay, Martin, are you still online? Did I answer your question? I'm not sure. Do you have other question, guys? Who's now online and watching live? By the way, to those people who are just watching now, welcome to Skip the Flip live stream Sundays. I will be doing this live streaming every Sunday from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. I'll be talking about blogging tips, travel probably, or let's say reviews on products that I have the opportunity to review. So this is my first ever LSS or live stream Sundays. So I hope, I don't know, to those who are just watching my live stream session, this is a partnership with ASOS Philippines, because I'm currently using the ASOS ZenFone Live. It's a smartphone ideal for live streaming. What's good about this smartphone is it has a beautification setting wherein you can adjust the video while on streaming on real time, and you can also turn off and on the LED flash. So as you can see here, but by the way, again, I have a backup light. I'm using this Godox LED 36 LED lights. LED lang di ay. LED lights redundant, sorry. But if I'll turn this off, I already have an LED flash in front of the camera. What I can do is I can turn this off and on instantly without stopping the live stream. So this is one of the things that I like about the ASUS ZenFone Live. It has an option to turn off and on the LED flash while on live stream. So yeah, that's why I'm using this now. And yeah, I would like to thank ASUS Philippines for partnering with me and having this ASUS ZenFone Live available so that I can have this live stream Sundays. So every Sundays, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Philippine Standard Time. By the way, guys, if you had questions, because the time is really fast, it's already 9 p.m. But if you had questions, let me know. And also, you can check other blogging tips on my blogs. I mean, on my blog, sarili akong blog na may blogging tips. That's skiptheflip.com. And hopefully, you would follow me on Facebook, on Twitter, and on Instagram and other social media accounts. Just check that on my blog, skiptheflip.com. Okay, we had another question from Martin. Very active si Martin. How to get more audience? Onya, magbalik-balik sad sila. Okay, the one technique that I know to let your audience return to your blog is give them something to wait. One is putting a standard schedule. Let's say every Tuesday you post a new blog and make it very interesting for your readers to wait for a week. As a starter, as a starter. So for example, Martin, if you wanted to start a blog and then you decided to blog, or you wanted to publish on a Tuesday. So if your reader wanted to wait for your next blog post, so you should be very strict to your schedule. So every Tuesday, so that, because as a reader, as like for example myself, it's good to feel that I need to wait for something. I don't know if you get that. Exciting mga kaayo kung maghuwat ka o bag-ong blog post sa ka blogger. So in my case, since I blog once a week on skiptheflip.com, so I am confident that there are readers that are very willing to wait for that very one blog post every week. But for now, I don't have a very specific schedule on what day to publish. But one technique that I know that is somehow effective is to set a schedule to which day you would post a new blog post on your blog. Okay, blog, puro ta blog. But anyway, so for example, you decided to post on a Tuesday, you should be very strict on that. Your blog post should be published on the next Tuesday. Like this live stream, I decided to have this on Sundays because that's the day that I am lesser busy on blogging. So hopefully next Sunday, my viewers now will wait for that next Sunday to watch my live stream session. Or did I answer the question, Martin? Very active. Thank you, by the way. Anyone who still has a question about blogging or about me as a blogger, I'm not sure. If you wanted to ask me questions. Okay, I only have 10 minutes to go live. But yeah, if you have questions for that remaining 10 minutes, probably I can answer one more question. Martin, if you like, I don't know. If you have one last question before I end this first ever live stream Sundays. And by the way, if you are wondering why I decided to live stream on Sundays and then it's at 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. because at 10 p.m., don't you forget, please also follow and watch Isa Perez. She's also known as Isa Please. She will be live at 10 p.m. So go to her channel or her Facebook page, Isa Please. She will be live an hour after I end my live stream. She's also a blogger, so she writes more on fashion and probably some entertainment or events. We're friends. Hi Isa, I hope you're watching. I don't know. Probably you're busy setting up your live stream. Lisod mo set up. I don't know. I have here my MacBook. I have here my smartphone. I have here my light. So I'm having fun. Hopefully you do too. Okay guys, do you have questions? We only have 5 minutes remaining for this live stream session. So this is my live stream Sundays for my Facebook page, Skip the Flip Official. I hope you also follow and like my page and check my blog, skiptheflip.com, as well my other blog, cebufinance.com. I'll be doing my live stream Sundays every Sunday, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Philippine Standard Time. So hopefully you will be watching me next Sunday for my other live stream Sundays. This is in partnership with ASUS Philippines because they are kind enough to provide me the ASUS ZenFone Live smartphone, the smartphone ideal for live streaming on social media like Facebook and other platforms like Instagram or probably on Twitter. a lot of people like they are asking me if I have a giveaway. When we started the live stream, I didn't declare if I will be having a giveaway. But before we end, because I only have 4 minutes left to end this live stream session, and since we are partnered with ASUS Philippines, I'll be giving something sa Sigig Pangutana, na Sigig Pangutana, Martin Tabanyag way. So wala tay giveaway, guys. I didn't declare that we will be having a giveaway. But since I've noticed that Martin Tabanyag is very active asking me questions tonight, and since we are partnered now with ASUS Philippines, I'll be giving Martin, if you're still online, can you please comment on this live stream if you're still online? Because I only have 3 minutes left. So I'm waiting for Martin to comment a post or a message on this live stream before I end. If I don't know if he is still online. If he will not comment after 3 minutes, I will cancel the special gift. Okay, Martin, since we didn't declare that we had a giveaway, but since I noticed you are very active in giving me questions tonight, I have a special gift for you from ASUS. Thank you very much, ASUS Philippines. Wilbian is now watching live. Please also check Wilbian Borja on his blog, Pergazin.com, and your other tech blog. Wilbian Borj, what's your other tech blog? Okay. So before I end this video, I have a special prize to the very active commenter on this live stream. Martin, since we are partner with ASUS right now, I'll be giving you a special prize from them, straight from ASUS Philippines. So I'm giving you this, since you're very active. Okay, techboxph.com. Also check Borj or Wilbian Borja's tech blog, techboxph.com. He talks about technology and smartphones, yeah? Okay. Alright, before I end, I'll be giving this special prize for Martin Tabanyag because he's very active in giving me questions for tonight's live stream Sundays. So again, since we are partnered with ASUS Philippines, and they have launched their newest smartphone, or lately they have launched a smartphone that is an AR and VR compatible. It's called the Zenfone AR. I don't know if it's already available here in Cebu. Let me check. Or I think you can only order it online. Okay, so ASUS recently launched a smartphone that is AR and VR compatible. It's called the Zenfone AR. It's a Tango and Daydream compatible by Google. So you can use that to augment dimensions. It's kind of pricey, but I also wanted to get the smartphone. I have tested it while they are here launching in Cebu for introduction during the Google group project. So since we are dili ko mga cellphone because the Zenfone AR is 40,000 pesos. I cannot afford that. Isod kayo, mahal kayo, but it's the best so far nga smartphone nga AR VR. Zenfone AR, if you can check that on the internet and search about the smartphone. Triple camera. Imagine. Triple camera. Well, the third camera is for the AR and VR. So, yeah. Okay. So, before I end, I'll be giving Martin Tabanyag this from ASUS Philippines. Martin, I don't know. It's an ASUS AR jersey shirt. Zenfone AR, go beyond reality. So, since you're the most active viewer right now, this is yours. Okay? So, thank you very much for watching. Especially to Martin Tabanyag for giving me questions tonight. very active to give me questions. I hope you learned something from this live stream Sundays. I'll talk about vlogging. So hopefully we'll be watching together because I'm also watching myself here. On Sunday, every Sunday I'm live streaming on my Facebook page, Skip the Flip Official. Every Sunday, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Bye everyone. Have a good night.
I don't care unless you got you. Say, baby, I love you. Tell me the same.